We're back.
We're back. I just didn't hit record, so I'm doing this for the second time, people. So let's go.
Yay.
I'm your host, John Phillips.
I'm your other host, Trevor. Check.
Yes. This is episode 4 of the Manic Movie Misfits.
Yes, it is.
TJ, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Titans and other stuff we've watched, and that's pretty much it.
Titans season uno and season dos.
And what we're excited for in the third one.
The third one, Tres. I know my Spanish.
Damn.
So we're going to go in depth with all of those. We have plenty to talk about. TJ texted me literally the other day. He's like, I have so much to talk about with Titans. I'm like, don't worry. I have a lot to talk about too, so it's all good.
Titans and other movies
too. Sit down, get some drink, get a drink.
Yes.
Get
Chill
some
with
snacks.
us.
Chill with us. We're going to have a fun time.
Yeah.
I think without further ado, we got to, keep the tradition going.
With the
board.
Yeah.
So, Titans, I had to do it twice.
So good.
Because, why
Awesome.
not? So, yes, news. Scorsese, in fact, loves Marvel movies and comic book movies. And James Gunn addresses this. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what we've been watching, because we always like to do that. It's fun to talk about. Sometimes that segment goes on a while, which is fun.
It will.
And like TJ was saying, season 1 and 2 of Titans, and like TJ was also saying, we're going to talk about the season 3 trailer and season 3, what we think is going to happen and what we're excited for. So, all right, well,
yeah.
In that case, news. Do you want to start with the?
That was close.
Yeah, that was close. I almost tipped my drink over. Do we want to talk about? I guess probably the biggest sort of news is the Scorsese thing, or one of the bigger talking points. Do we want to talk about that first, or?
Sure, let's go for it.
All right, so TJ, do you want to explain to the audience what the whole situation is with Scorsese and
Mr. Gunn?
Yeah.
Sure. So before the Suicide Squad came out this last week, when James Gunn was in a press conference, they asked him the infamous Scorsese question: are Marvel movies and superhero movies cinema? And James Gunn was like, yeah, of course they are. Scorsese just said that for publicity for The Irishman.
Yeah. And
he's kind of an asshole for it.
Right.
And that was pretty much the most of the story.
Like, the thing is, like, it seems like every, like, big Marvel actor has been asked that. Like, I know Robert Downey was asked that. I didn't watch the video, but I know he was asked that.
Yeah. I think a lot of them have.
A lot of them have. But, yeah. TJ and I both, I agree, and I know TJ does, that we consider them cinema.
Yeah.
And DC, obviously.
Yeah. We all love DC.
Depends what parts of DC.
Yeah.
What parts? But yes, there are parts we like. Which we both like Titans, which we're literally about to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's first news there. I love James Gunn because he's not afraid to answer anything and do what he wants as far as filmmaking and stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about the political correctness or anything. Like,
he's just a dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he knows shit on Scorsese. He was just like.
Right. He wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just saying, like, this is what I think. Do I think he's right? No. Do I still love his stuff? Of course.
Right.
He's all-time great. He's the greatest. But yeah, he was just saying the claim's a little bold. It's kind of pretentious.
Yeah.
I'm putting you in your place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well. Now that that's over.
Yeah.
What do we got next, TJ? What do we want to go over next?
We have lots of teasers and trailers and stuff. Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah. That one was really short, but it was a nice hype up.
Yes.
It was a nice hype up for the All Valley, right? I think that was the main thing. They were just talking about the All Valley tournament.
Yeah. So for those of you guys who don't know, season 4 of Cobra Kai, it's coming later this year.
December.
Yeah, December of this year. We think it's going to be the final season. We don't actually know.
I hope it is.
Yeah, here's hoping.
Because
it seems logical.
Right, and TJ, I don't mean to interrupt you, but the reason I say that is not because it's bad. I'm saying it because one of my favorite TV shows of all time, which I seriously need to stop talking about it, but the X-Files is known for going too long.
Yeah.
And I hate when TV shows do that, because X-Files, if it ended at like season 6, would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And it still is awesome, but like the average episode rating would be so much higher.
Yeah.
And so I hate when TV shows go longer than when the storyline that they planned, or when there's a good ending point.
Yeah.
I feel like so yeah, but go ahead, TJ. You go ahead.
I feel like it just seems logical to end it at 4 because the way that season 3 ends, it seems like it's all leading to the end of this next season, and to go longer would be kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And it would just be dragging out the show.
Right.
But the writers seem to know what they're doing, considering like these last few seasons. We both have discussed this. I think everyone knows it, who's always watched it, that they know what they're doing. They know how to write the show. They're not gonna keep going and make it stupid.
Right, and when you have the approval too of what's the dude's name? William Zebka?
Yeah, like all the original people.
All the original people are like
they love it.
Yeah, they love it. And dude, frickin' what's the dude's name from Three's Coming?
Oh, Johnny Silver.
Silver, that's right. Yeah, Johnny Silver. Dude, I was so happy. I'm like, yes, it's coming full circle.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They're bringing everyone. He was good too. Like,
he's like one of the best parts of the third one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I do agree that the third one is the worst out of the 3, but like he was a highlight in that third one. He was awesome.
Yeah. They're bringing him back. I don't know if they're bringing any more characters from the originals back in this one.
They did a really nice job with bringing a lot of them back. Like, they showed the OG Cobra Kai gang.
OG Cobra Kai gang. The people from season 2, or not season 2, the second movie, where they go to Japan.
Yep.
That section's really good.
Yeah. That's one of the best episodes, I think, of the show, is the one with him
good.
And the guy who he fights in the second one.
And
they go on that whole thing. Yeah, that was really good.
That was one episode I really loved.
Yeah.
But other than that...
And then, well, of course, you have Allie.
Yeah, of course.
But
other than that, I think that's a lot.
And Kreese. Of course, Kreese. Yeah.
But I think Kreese is, like, one of the big people that... I mean, like...
What do you mean?
You didn't really... I mean, like, you don't have to, like, mention that he's come back.
Oh.
He's become, like, such a central character.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
But he was... As far as, So, I pride myself on being one of the OG YouTube, premium dudes that, like, got a subscription for a month so I could watch season 1. Dude, at the end of season 1 slaps when Kreese shows up. You're like, oh my god.
It's so good.
Yeah, you're like, oh no.
Yes.
But yeah,
everything's going wrong.
He has a great arc in Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Great arc.
Oh yeah. And like the backstory part in season 3 is pretty cool.
Yeah. Like where you're like, oh, he's chill now. Like, okay, and then all of a sudden he's like, psych.
Yeah. You thought wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him.
Yeah.
But I think that's all for Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
We're just hyped for season 4.
We totally just talked about the show and not the actual teaser, but that's cool. I mean, the teaser it's like 30 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, it's just 30 seconds that says, "Yo, season 4 is coming into the year."
Yeah.
That's about it.
and like it almost like didn't even directly address it. It sort of did. It was mostly just about the tournament, right?
Yeah, it was essentially just like
All Valley or whatever.
All Valley's coming, which that's the whole thing of season 4. Or at least it feels like season 4, so it's like it just seems natural for that to be the teaser.
Right. And what are the episode numbers for the seasons? Aren't they about like 10 or 13 or something?
I think they're 10. I'll look it up real quick.
Okay. But yeah, that's gonna be great. And of course they always have the killer soundtracks.
Oh my god, yes.
But yeah, basically I guess we should describe it for those that
don't
look it up and watch it. But if you're not going to, I'll just tell you. It's basically like a bunch of the main characters doing a bunch of karate moves, interplay along with graphics of the All Valley.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think they're 10 apiece.
10 apiece. Okay. Yeah. That would make sense. 10 seems to be a very trendy episode number. 10 to 13 for shows. Because I know Breaking Bad's 13.
Yeah, a lot of Netflix shows are 10 to 13. A lot of like.
I think Mad Men though is like actually like 20. Right.
Well, I think a lot of like network TV shows they go for more longer
Right.
seasons.
Right. Well, yeah, but Breaking Bad, did it air on Netflix first or was it
No, it was on I think like AMC.
Right,
I think
right.
it was like Walking Dead.
I feel like that was one of the first shows that really implemented the whole like 13 episodes a season thing.
Yeah, it was definitely shorter seasons for more quality.
Right. Okay. So we're done with. I think we're done with.
Yeah. Other quick things.
Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, for Cobra Kai.
Right. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're done with Cobra Kai.
Other than that.
What do we have? Cry Macho.
Oh yeah, Cry Macho, the new Clint Eastwood movie, got a trailer finally.
Solid trailer. Monologue about the whole being not having to be macho or whatever.
Pretty good.
Killer. And TJ and both agreed. Major Gran Torino vibes.
Yes.
Which I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
Oh,
I'm just
no.
that's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, it comes out mid-September, I think.
Yeah.
So. Hype is real.
My man Clint, 91 years old, still making films.
He's just Sunday chilling.
If he has a film that comes out at 100, I literally would not be surprised. Because
He's keeps going.
yeah, and so far we haven't seen a loss in quality. I mean, Richard Jewell is his latest one, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and that one I love. I mean, he didn't star in it. Obviously, he directed it, but his directing hasn't gone down, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's still pretty good.
Richard Jewell was great. I loved it.
I got to see.
But yeah. I think that's
pretty
it for
much
that one.
It was pretty much just.
Go watch the trailer.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's pretty. Oh yeah, if you don't know Clint Eastwood movies, check it out. Anyway, it's just a good trailer in general.
Yeah, it's definitely a Clint Eastwood film. Like it definitely has that vibe.
Yes.
He goes for more of those kind of
westerny looks.
Westerny, kind of more almost like heavy drama. Dialogue centered almost.
Yes.
Heavy dialogue type things, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, speaking of teasers, we got a little bit for the next season of Stranger Things next year. Not much. It was just a few short shots of what's to come, but that's still exciting. We're big Stranger Things fans.
Yeah, Stranger Things is good. References are amazing.
Oh yeah.
The fact that the season 2 monster, the
dogs.
Or is it season 3, the one with the...
Season 3's the goopy one.
Right. Season 3, sorry, my bad. Monster is inspired by The Thing.
Yeah.
Is amazing.
It's awesome. Yeah, well, yeah, like, I feel like every season just has, like, a cool villain to it.
The references, people hate on it. They're like, oh my gosh, like, the fact that they're pulling so much stuff from all these different movies and, like, stuff, it's like, and they're, like, saying that's a bad thing. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think you should, yeah, it's
as long as they do it well, like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I don't think call it like the greatest show ever, but I still have fun with it. And,
yeah.
That's all that matters, I think, at this point. Like, I think season 1's like the season where it's really going hard as a series.
Right, and I think
it's developed more into fun, and I like
right,
fun references.
And I like how each season, and adding on to what you're saying, TJ, I like how each season has a different vibe to it.
Yes.
Where season 1's more like really more hardcore horror.
Yes, it's very like alien-y kind of thing.
Right, and then going along with Alien, it's like season 2 and 3 are going along to like Aliens.
Yeah, they're more
where there's
action.
more action.
They're more action. They're more, I won't say comedy, but I think they have a little more comedy.
They do, yeah.
At its core.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah, definitely. So you can go check those out.
Yeah.
They're stills, right?
No,
or
it
was
a 30-second teaser.
Oh, it was 30-second teaser.
It was mostly just shots from like the old seasons, but at the end was like there's like 10 seconds of new stuff. Yeah. But they essentially said it's coming next year. When next year? We don't know. But it is coming.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yep. Okay. What next?
Bad Batch.
Right, Bad Batch.
The new Star Wars show. For those
yes.
you guys don't know. It has one more episode left at the moment. John still needs to catch up a little. Whatever. But they said season 2's on its way. That's all that really matters. It's okay. As a show, I think it has a little too much filler. I think if they cut down on the series a little bit, would have been nice. I think they might have to take that hint because I think a lot of people are having that complaint right now.
Right.
If they're not bad filler episodes, it's a lot more than we were expecting.
Right, I agree. I think it takes away from the momentum
Yes.
of the show, and a great and I was and it and TJ knows this. It kind of turned me off the show for a little.
Yeah.
The episode between episodes 1 and 2, because one was great,
Oh yeah, one is awesome.
and then you get all this momentum from one, and then 2 they're at this dude's like farmhouse.
And it's really slow.
I think that same dude was a clone, right? And he showed up in Clone Wars.
He shows up in like one episode of Clone Wars.
Right, but it was like it just hurt me because I'm like I had all this hype from the pilot, the opener.
Yeah, the whole 70-minute opener that
Which slapped. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes right to literally nothing, and you're like, and so I literally stopped watching for like 4 weeks, and then TJ's like, you got to get back on. I'm like, all right, and then I started getting finally. There were still the fillers, but they weren't nearly as bad, but they still weren't the greatest thing, obviously, as we just said. But then we started getting into some good episodes.
Yeah, then you hit like the plot heavy stuff in the center, and there's like a span like 3 or 4 episodes that are pretty good. It gets back into filler, and now it's coming back for like the last couple episodes, which is nice.
I think the one thing that's nice to see is at least the overarching plot centric episodes are usually consistently solid.
Yes.
To good. Crosshair's a great villain. That was implemented very well, I think.
Yes.
What
was the last episode you watched?
The one before this last one that came out Friday.
Which one was that one? Was that the one where they went to rescue the one guy? Or is it the infested one?
I think it's the one with the right, it's the one where Hunter gets caught.
Oh yeah. The one with the Gregor.
Yes.
Clone that's in Rebels. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that one was.
I really liked that one.
Yeah, it was a nice step up from the last one.
And every time they reference like the emergence of the stormtroopers or stuff like that, I always get that night like kind of warm. It's like, I guess like a warm feeling almost, where it's like I'm like I know where this is headed, and like I love their raw reactions to the change and stuff like that. And
so nice.
I love when they do that. So, and that's what I was hoping for in Bad Batch was more clarity on the space between 3 of 4.
Yeah.
So, or like 3 to Rogue One or whatever, but same thing
Rogue
basically.
One/Rebels time.
Right. So and we're not getting as much as I would like, but we are still getting some of that, and I'm there for that.
It looks. I think we'll get more like in the next season.
Right.
I think we'll get less filler and more like in depth. But
yeah.
Other than that, I'm still liking it. I'm still into it. I watch it every week.
Yeah.
I'm still
It's Star Wars content.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It's Star Wars. We love it.
By the way, just a little teaser, and TG and I are both very excited for when we talk about Rebels.
Oh boy.
We both love Rebels.
Our friend doesn't.
Yeah. But like
that's gonna be a battle for the ages.
Gonna throw that out there. Some of the best cinematographies in Rebels out of any Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Just flat out, in my opinion. I think you agree, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think for those who have seen Rebels and like truly dissect it, that's a good like. I think it's a nice
like the story. Right. The story itself, I feel like it's better than the Clone Wars from the standpoint that it feels a lot more personal for one.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like. Well, it focuses more on characters.
Yeah.
Where Clone Wars, it has moments where it's like not doing that.
Right.
It focuses on random people at times, and you're just like, I don't care about this person.
Yeah.
Go show me Ahsoka again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go too far into Rebels because it's great, but we're gonna save that for another time.
Yes.
So, and let me just raise my seat up for a second here. Just there we go. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I think is that it for news?
That's for news.
Sweet. All right. Well, now let's go to our handy dandy whiteboard, and we're gonna talk about what we've been watching, which we've kind of done already a little.
Yeah, we talked to each other about it when we were setting up.
Well, and we talked about Bad Batch.
That too. Other than Bad Batch, though.
Other than Bad Batch, that's right. TJ, you want to go first?
Yeah, I've watched a lot. I'll start with Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. There's a little Netflix show that came out 3 weeks ago or something. It's not amazing. I'll give it that. It's honestly kind of bad. But if you know your Resident Evil, it's a fun time killer. It's just an action show. That's all that matters. It's hour and 40-minute watch or something. I don't know. That's all I have to say about it. It's not that good. I don't know. I liked it. It was a fun, dumb watch.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in the things of bad shows, I finished Too Hot to Handle Season 2.
Let's go!
The greatest reality show of all time. It's so bad.
I think I watched Season 1, right? I've seen Season 1, right? Yeah.
Austin showed you Season 1.
Right.
Yeah, we watched it as a group. Well, I've seen Season 1 twice. Same with Austin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we watched... my friend Austin and I watched it together. And then we showed it to John and our other friend.
It was one of those. Ago. It was one of those COVID things. We were just finding stupid things to watch.
Yeah, we threw it on, and it was really dumb.
Yeah.
But we didn't care. It was still really funny.
Yeah, it was fun to just like totally mock it and just laugh at it with the whole group.
Everyone is so stupid.
Yeah.
And like I think the people who make it know that. So it makes it even funnier because like the whole show is just making fun of them.
Mm-hmm.
But Season 2 was just as fun as Season 1. Lots of dumb people, lots of dumb decisions. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
I watched Fear Street, that whole trilogy. Very Stranger Things-y. Very it's like that in a mix of like different decades of slashers, which is fun. The cast is surprisingly unknown, but pretty good. I think there's only like 2 big people in it, which is the lady from Community, who's Britta.
Jillian Jacobs or something like that.
Something like that. Actually, I have it pulled up right here.
Yeah.
And the girl who's Max in Stranger Things. Oh yeah, it's Jillian Jacobs.
Jillian Jacobs. Yeah.
Fun aesthetic, fun like feel, references, all that. The writing isn't always amazing. Sometimes it goes a little over your head and it's a little dumb. But I still think it's a fun watch. It's 3 movies long. It's solid 6 hours of watching.
What are the rough like times?
I think the shortest one is like an hour 50 and the longest one's like an hour 56. You're not that.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Time.
Right.
It's essentially just one long TV show. It's like Sherlock. Where it's like it's 3 episodes that are like really long. Which I kind of like. But it's a fun binge. So if you're feeling horror and Stranger Things, it's your show. The other day I went to go see Green Knight and Suicide Squad back to back. Green Knight's really good. It's very artsy. I could tell that some people in the theater did not like it. Because, it's artsy and it's really obscure. But aesthetically it is beautiful. It's shot beautifully. The writing is essential. There is no action in the movie. It is all, like, you have to dissect writing and stuff, like, after. And it's something. I'll give it that. I really like it. My friend liked it. I could tell the people in front of me liked it because they were really hyping it up. But some of those other people were dying because it's slow. But I love the ending scene. It's where Garwin finally goes to the Green Knight. So good. Yeah.
Nice.
And I watched Suicide Squad as well, which is fun. I can't talk about it because he's gonna watch it.
Yes.
But
just give spoiler-free impressions.
Spoiler-free impressions.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell. Sean Gunn does a really fun job with it. It makes you actually care about like these weirdo little characters, which I like. Because like, never did I ever think that I would care about Ratcatcher 2. But it makes you like get into characters, and it's consistently funny and well directed, and the visuals are really cool. It was fun to watch it in a theater, and finally go back to one and laugh along with a bunch of other people, and it was just fun.
Nice.
Yeah, but other than that, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Now, my turn.
Yeah.
So I started I guess I'll start with. I started my first anime, Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Watched the first 3 episodes. Gotta say, I'm gonna start getting into a lot of animes now.
It's a fun show. I've only seen a few
Sword
episodes.
Art Online, yeah. I always thought the action was cool on animes, but I just never came around to getting into them.
Yeah, sitting down and watching one.
Right, but Emerson's like, my friend Emerson's like, you gotta watch this show. You gotta start this show. I'm like, all right, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. Okay. I love the premise. For those that don't know, it's basically like this virtual reality video game.
Yeah.
Like super, super high tech. That these players, like, they have like a headset that they get on or whatever from whatever can join in and go to this world. And what happens is the creator of the game locks them in.
Yes.
I can't remember why. Do you remember why?
Because the whole thing is that if you try and have someone take the headset off for you, your head essentially like explodes.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, like, did he ever explain why he was doing it? I don't think so. Did he?
Not explicitly.
No.
But they do later. I haven't seen much of it, so I don't know.
Right, they'll probably explain it later, but it's actually still going on. Actually, they're making a 4th.
Yeah.
There's 3 seasons so far, but it's really good. I love the action, and the dialogue isn't too shabby either. So that's really good. I'm enjoying that. What else? Chugging along with Breaking Bad. At the end of season 2, finally starting to realize why people call it like one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't getting that vibe in season 1, like I've mentioned before, but definitely getting that vibe in season 2.
Yeah, I think a lot of people say that. Is that season 1's good, but season 2 is where it really starts to elevate itself.
Right.
It's a new playing field.
We all love our main man Heisenberg.
Our God and Savior.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, what do I have to say? Acting's good, writing's good.
So good.
You know, it's good. What else? Movies.
We don't have much more time until the camera turns off for like 30 seconds.
All right, I'm gonna finish this before we take our break. I got this. Okay,
White Lotus.
White Lotus, right? Okay, so TJ told me about this show called White Lotus on HBO Max, and I'm like, yo. He was like, it's kind of like a Parasite kind of vibe. I'm like, okay, sick. Seen the first 2 episodes. He's definitely right on that part. But even just a little bit more, it's like it's awesome because it gradually builds up suspense and like confusion and just like uneasiness where you're like
7, 6.
White Lotus break.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after our break.
We are.
And now we're going to be talking about our main topic point of the podcast, which is season 1 and 2 of Titans.
Yes.
Do we want to talk about broad overview stuff? I guess we might as well.
Yeah.
Some stuff. So.
I guess, yeah, I'll talk about what the show is in general. So essentially, this show is the Teen Titans. If you've ever seen the the animated one from like 10 years ago, it's kind of like that, but it's live action and dark and gritty and all that. It's pretty good. We like it. We just binged it. It's time for season 3, which comes out a few days from now.
It's straight up my second favorite superhero show that I've watched thus far, including the Marvel ones, shows that have come out recently, like specifically Loki, WandaVision, and Falcon Winter Soldier. It's my second favorite, and I've seen Watchmen as well, so I've seen a decent amount, not a lot, but a decent amount, and it's my second favorite. So, as you can presume, I do really like it. But yeah,
it's a good show.
Yeah, it is. I like the dark and gritty stuff.
Yes.
I like the costumes.
Oh, the costumes are awesome.
Costumes are awesome. I don't want to get too ahead of myself in case we want to talk about this after we discuss the season. So I guess why don't we just jump in?
Yeah. So season 1.
Yeah. Season 1.
Yeah. So just going forward, this is going to contain spoilers for the show.
Right.
So yeah, before we get too crazy into this, do know that.
Yes.
So if you want to watch it, we do recommend it.
We are going like fully in depth, like. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of spoilers. So.
Yes. we're gonna talk about everything. So,
yes.
if you want to watch for yourself, go ahead, do it now. Come back once you watched all 25 episodes or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
So other than that.
Okay. All right. Well.
That was your warning.
There's your warning. First episode. The introduction of Robin was great.
Yes. Not just him, but also Rachel.
Oh, that's right. Rachel was first, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, they're both kind of at the same time.
Both at the same time. Rachel was really good. Was good. I need to stop saying really good all the time. Good
really
grief.
Good.
The Rachel one was nice. It was a nice character intro.
It had Audrey from
yeah.
Weeks.
Da, da, da,
and then she got shot in the head.
da, da, da,
oh God.
Da, da. Okay. Anyway, so yes, Audrey, the actor for Audrey was played Rachel's mother. Well, mother. As you all know, we find out who her true mother is at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, episode 1, the character intros were solid. I love the Robin one because we see Dick Grayson first, don't we?
Yes.
As a cop, right?
Yeah.
We see him as a cop first, and then you're like, oh, okay, so of course this is Robin, and then you're wondering, okay, when he's gonna put the costume on, and then like 10 seconds later, it's like he does.
It's awesome.
It's great. I love that one. It was good.
It's fun. It's a good intro.
They set the one thing is they set the tone early. They set
it's within minutes.
Within minutes, and the main plot line gets started within minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Basically, right, with Rachel.
Yeah, the whole Rachel thing starts like, I want to say like 6 minutes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get a dream sequence, and I think it's like the big like scene with Audrey from Twin Peaks, and that was.
Sorry in advance. Sorry if we're fuzzy on stuff. We can't get these podcasts out as soon as we finish watching the stuff, so some stuff we're gonna be fuzzy on. We're doing our best though.
I watched this the pilot a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Well, bear with us.
Yes. We're getting there.
But yeah, from my understanding, basically the main dynamic of Rachel and Grayson starts basically right away in season.
Yeah, it's like
when you look
20 minutes.
Right, when you look at from the perspective of season 1.
Yes, that too. And then we get more in like.
Do we get the dream sequence of Dick Grayson's parents dying in episode 1?
Yeah, that's
what I thought.
That's like one of the opening things.
Oh yeah, that is is it? I think that might be the opening.
Oh, I think it's Rachel at the circus, watching them die, because she's like, I need to find, and then she's like, I need to find this guy, and she does.
Right.
Episode.
I like that. That was nice, black and white. That was black and white, right?
I think it might have been.
I know later on season 1 it ended up it was at one point black and white, but maybe it wasn't for the opening. Anyway, that was a nice sequence. That was well done.
Then we get Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove, yeah.
Introductions.
That's the next episode. Dawn. What do you think about their characters?
I like Dawn a little more. I think Hank just kind of runs in circles because he's just an idiot. I do like him. I thought at the end of season 2, I think he got kind of. His character development wasn't that much because they kind of crammed it into like half of an episode, which should have been like an episode and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But Dawn. They're not like the biggest of main characters, so like they don't get much character development, so it's like hard to say that you love them.
In my opinion, Hawk actually has more character development than Dove. Actually,
she does, or he does.
I can't remember.
I think he runs in circles a little more, like character wise.
Right, that's what you said. Yeah.
But like, as a character, he does get more development. Dawn,
right.
I think Dawn is...
But you're saying that Dawn is a better character. Is that what you're saying?
I like her a little more.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
I think Hank is just an idiot at points, and I'm like, okay. I do love his swearing though. It's so funny.
Yeah. And he does have a lot of funny. He has some funny bits in season 2.
Funny. He's consistently.
I love it. I love in season 2 where he shows up to fight Connor and just gets absolutely clapped.
Oh, that part is so
and he's like smiling. He's like, I got this, guys, or whatever, and just gets clapped.
Oh, it's so good.
That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah. But that intro episode was really cool. The intro of like the weird family.
Mm-hmm.
That
Dude,
feels
the
so
Weird
long ago.
Family. Okay, the Weird Family's cool. Like
I
that
love
was.
the Weird Family.
They are. That was really good.
That was one
That's
thing
really
I was not
good.
expecting.
Yeah.
But I kind of
I
loved.
love the introduction. They're freaking playing Monopoly, and then they're like, "All right, kids, we're going on a trip," and they freaking pull out of the cupboard like these needles with this. I think it's blue stuff in it,
Yeah,
right?
like the serum. That
Right.
looks like super soldiers.
Right.
essentially.
I'm like, oh my.
It's yeah. Yeah. The family of assassins is weird, but I love them.
Yeah. They're.
Not like love them, but like love the idea of them.
I'm gonna straight up say, I like them way more than who was the main villain in season 1? Trigon or whatever.
Yeah.
Trigon is his name,
their
right?
boss was Trigon.
Yeah, I like the family so much more.
They're a lot more menacing.
Yeah, I know. Trigon, it was like freaking.
He just kind of showed up and he was like, "Oh yeah, Rachel, what's up? I'm gonna give the world to you." And then Rachel was like, "Haha, no."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Okay," and he died.
He walks like 10 feet out that. He walks like 10 yards, then just gets KO'd.
Yeah, he gets ka-chowed, and he's kind of boring.
Good job, dude. You killed like
Nobody.
not even an acre's worth of
Plants.
plants and wildlife and the earth itself, and then you got KO'd.
Yeah.
Good job. But yeah, no, the family I liked a lot more than
Yes.
Trigon.
Then we get the intro of Corey.
We get the intro of Corey. I wanted to like her, but she has really, really bad dialogue.
She's the worst.
The dialogue itself overall in season 1 is not, and in season 2 still at times is not that good, and at
really
parts
isn't.
it can get pretty bad. Like there was, I don't know about you, TJ, but there was parts with Corey where I'm like, I want to have emotion and I want to have feeling for what you're saying, but I can't because the dialogue is so bad.
It really is.
I'm like I want to feel something for you, but I can't because the dialogue is so bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, she's not bad, and I can see where they're trying to go with her. But yeah, some of her writing is just so boring, and it's just dumb.
Yeah.
But like, I hope they like give her more purpose soon.
I like the idea of her not knowing who she is. Like that.
Yeah.
That's.
That part was
I like
nice.
that. I like that idea of trying to figure out who she is and trying to find her identity. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And which totally lights up the head of the father of the first father.
Yes.
Of the Brady Bunch-esque family.
Yes, that part's great.
That's good. And then before, by the way, people, we're jumping around, so just.
Yeah, this isn't
Just-
much of a.
Yeah, we're not
Episode by
being
episode thing.
totally being structured, so just bear with us here. But the soundtrack
Yes.
for both seasons is great.
I don't remember what everything is, but
Look on Spotify, they have a great one.
I was gonna say they have to have one. On
Yep,
Spotify.
yep. I
There's always a Spotify
follow it. I think. But yeah, a ton of a bunch of mix songs in there, and I really like that.
Titan soundtrack, seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in there.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
Def Leppard. AC/DC.
It
GMT.
always seemed the music always hit its points when it needed to, and that was cool to see. Like it was never like you were like,
This doesn't fit.
this does not fit here.
It's not the first Suicide Squad movie.
yeah.
That movie had. Not all the songs in that movie are bad, but some of them are so misused.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What did you think of the special sanctuary thing that Rachel grew up in or whatever?
Oh, in like the episode 3 or something.
Yeah, it's in there for isn't it? I think it's there for a couple episodes, right? Or
I think it ends like the 3rd episode, and it's like the first 5 minutes of the second or the 4th one.
right, because she blows it up, parts
blows
it up,
yeah.
and then it all goes to flames. What did you think, DJ, of that whole part?
I thought the sequence was okay. It wasn't my favorite overall. Like some parts of it were a little, like, but I thought the idea of it was cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and then like the twist it, like they're just like, oh hey, you're gonna live out your days in this box, and she's like no, and blows it up.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly those nuns were thinking. If
They weren't the smartest.
considering, like, I feel like I'm pretty sure they knew how powerful she could be.
Was.
So, or yeah, and what like was. So I'm not sure what their strat was there, but
It
okay.
wasn't much of one.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I think. Oh, Origins has is it Origins that has the where they meet Gar
Yes.
at the roller rink.
Yeah. He's only in it for like a few minutes in that episode.
I like that. That
yeah.
was cool because
It was a nice little intro.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could immediately tell the chemistry that those characters would have.
Yes.
Like you already knew, you're like, okay, this is gonna go somewhere, and they actually worked. The chemistry was actually solid there.
Yeah.
Like you could really tell it was.
Good.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I think that's it for 3.
Yeah. Doom Patrol. The episode where Brendan Fraser.
Also, the whole montage part where Dick thinks about when Batman adopted him and stuff, and him running away.
Oh yeah. I forgot that it was that.
Dude, when he took the Porsche, what a savage!
What a god.
That was. What did you think about when they would how they interspersed the origin episodes?
Oh, the episodes?
Right. Since we're talking about this whole Dick Grayson thing.
Some of them are better than others. Like, okay, well, I'm trying to find like all of them.
Right.
Because there's the Hank and Dawn one at the end of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Which the only connection is that Rachel shows up in like parts of it, trying to like, because I think it's Hank like thinking back on his relationship with Dawn.
Right.
And like, Rachel's trying to like connect with him.
Right. That's when she's in the coma or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's the Aqualad one.
I think honestly, the Connor one is rated the highest on IMDb, but low key my favorite one's actually the Aqualad origin one. Episode.
Those ones that one's pretty good.
For me, it's Aqualad and then Connor, and then the rest of them. Deathstroke's a good, the main ones. The ones that I can remember are Aqualad, Connor, Deathstroke one.
That's the Jericho one.
Jericho. Of course there's the Dick Grayson / isn't there the Dick Grayson / Wonder Girl? Or well, I don't know if that's not a full one.
Episode.
No. What other ones are there? I mean,
and then there's the Hank and Dawn one.
That's right. Okay, so that's 4 of them.
Yeah, the thing that's really weird about them, for those who haven't seen it and are still here, they come out of nowhere, like, well, or at least a lot of them do. Some of them are better than others. Like,
right.
Some of them like lead into from the previous episode, like this happened, and then that's the next episode. Like that's the lead-in, I guess. But there's no like scene at the beginning that says, "All right, here's what happened." It just happens.
Right.
Some of them even are more random than others.
And even the ones that I like, I still don't like from the standpoint where I'm like, because there's moments where like there was an episode that built up a lot of great stuff that you're like, oh dude, this next episode, bro, it's gonna be awesome or whatever. Like stuff's about to go down, and then it's like, oh, by the way, origin episode, and you're like, really?
I think that happened twice in season 2. I think because that was it was the one where Jason gets taken, and then it's origin episode. No lead in or anything. It's just origin episode. That's the Aqualad one. One of the better ones.
Right.
I'd say one of the best ones.
Right. We're not. You're not. Neither of us are talking about like the episode, the content of the episode itself. We're just talking about placement.
Yeah. It just feels random because it's just like you get this tense cliffhanger ending that, oh no, Jason's been taken by Deathstroke. And then you get this flashback to 5 years ago. That has nothing to do with the thing at hand. And then they reference it later, and it was just like, just put it later in the season.
And
it would only take an episode of switching around. It's not hard.
And another thing is that sometimes, at least for me, I got confused at points, like at the beginning of some origin episodes, because I'm like, oh wait, okay, so it's like, because I didn't know it was an origin episode at first.
Yes.
Because I was like, I don't remember this they left. I don't remember them leaving off at this point or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there'll be some other. There'd be some other dialogue where I'm like, oh, this is an origin episode. Okay.
Yeah.
That I didn't like.
Yeah, I didn't love that all the time.
But again, the origin episodes themselves, the content themselves, that's completely different.
Oh,
Like
they're great.
in fact, some of the origin episodes are
Some of the best of the show.
of the best of the show.
Yeah. Jason Todd has a lot of backstory stuff in it, but it's not like all the way.
Jason Todd didn't have an origin episode, did he?
No.
That's
Jason
what I thought.
Todd is the one where the guy who killed Dick's parents is on the loose, and he's trying to kill, the son of Dick's parents' killer is on the loose, and then it's like the backstory of how Dick killed the murderer's dad.
Right on the bridge or whatever with
Yeah.
the yeah.
And it takes up like a solid chunk of the episode, but it's not all of it.
Yeah.
So that one's kind of in there, but also kind of not.
Yeah. All right. Let's reel it back here a little. Okay. Doom Patrol.
Yes.
That was. Oh my gosh. Doom Patrol episode has me really excited to watch the Doom Patrol show.
Oh yeah, Sam. I'm super into it.
Yeah. That was a nice episode.
It's super funny.
Yeah. Yeah. The way what's the mechanical dude's name?
I don't know, but I just know he's played by Brendan Fraser. That's why I keep saying Brendan Fraser.
Okay. I'll look that up. But TJ, you want to talk about the Doom Patrol episode while I look this up?
Yeah. So that's the episode where Rachel, after she blows up the sanctuary, Gart.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Runs takes her to the Doom Patrol mansion, and you meet all the characters from the Doom Patrol show, because he lives there at the moment, and that's pretty much the whole episode is him just kind of introducing Doom Patrol characters, and kind of like chilling there, while Dick and Corey trying to find him.
Mr. Nobody.
Oh my, Mr. Nobody's.
He's the one with the.
God.
He's the one with the wrapper on his head, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah,
That's
dude.
Mr.
Him and by the way, it's a Robot Man.
Oh, it's just Robot Man.
Robot Man and Mr. Nobody have great intros in that episode.
Oh, they're so good.
Though I love the Robot Man one because you're like, oh, so he's gone or whatever, and then it's just like
He pops up. And
yeah,
here, boy.
like Rachel's like, oh, I'm safe, and psych.
Yeah.
Or I'm in the clear.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
And then freaking Mr. Nobody just vibing while cooking.
That man is a.
What was he listening to again?
I don't even remember.
It was some famous rock song that I would remember, but
Yeah.
I can't remember.
The whole sequence is fun though.
It is, and they have all that food. Oh my freaking gosh!
Yes. Yeah. I need to watch.
And then when Rachel's describing to Robot Man how it tastes or whatever.
Depression.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they reunite at the end of the episode.
Yep. The dude, the old chief. I say old chief because Timothy Dalton takes over. Maybe because the other dude didn't want to be in it, or I don't know.
Oh, who knows?
But anyway, the chief tries to cure her, right?
Yes.
Rachel.
He tries to figure out what's the whole reason of her powers.
Right.
He's
because that's the big thing with the chief, guys, is all the people.
He knows how what they are and like all their weaknesses and all that.
Right.
But
he's cured them.
Yeah, but it's in a good way, because he's helping them.
Right.
And he wants to help Rachel, but in the moment it doesn't seem like he's trying to help her. So they kill him. Don't they kill him? No, they don't kill him. They almost kill him.
Yeah, they almost. Yeah.
And then Gar runs away.
Right.
He realizes that, hey, this guy's kind of an asshole.
And all the other Doom Patrol members are like, yeah, this is what you should do.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. And this episode we also get introduced to Rachel's healing ability, because she heals that deer. Remember?
Yes. Right. Yeah.
I think that's this episode.
Yeah.
With her and Gar are there, and Gar scares away the hunters, and she ends up healing the deer, and that's the first I think we saw that.
Yeah. It shows a lot of her intro power stuff.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. Together. That was a nice episode.
That's the one with the big fight with the family.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Family.
Right.
Sorry. But yeah, that one was good. They're all showing their powers or whatever.
Yeah.
And freaking Gar has to hide behind that's like the tractor or something.
Yes.
Because he gets naked or whatever when he.
It's so good.
Yeah.
We love Gar.
And then I love when Corey, Gar, and Rachel are like, so what do you do? Like to Dick Grayson, and Grayson's like
You'll find out.
You'll find out, and then he's so badass at the end and just like
So
kicks
good.
the whole family's ass.
Yes.
And just shows up. The
part's
payoff was so good.
Oh, it's awesome.
The payoff was so good for that episode.
Yes.
But yeah, that was nice.
You get Jason Todd. The next episode.
Right, and together, I can't remember when he shows up, but the new dad is the one that they fight in together, of course, because the old one got ka-chowed by Corey.
Yes. I think he shows up at the end of Doom Patrol.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think he's only in like one scene though.
Oh, and before we move on, when does the family go to that like penthouse?
Oh,
where
with the one dude.
Yeah. What is that? Because that was really good. I liked that one because there was.
I want to say that's like episode.
Because it's after the father dies. The father gets killed.
And that's early. It must be episode 2 when they first like show them.
I don't ever remember it being that early. That's the thing.
It does. It feels like it shouldn't be that.
Right.
Early, but it must be episode
it's not
2. Because
no, it's 3. No, because 3 is when he's killed. Remember?
Yeah.
3 is when the first father dies, and I think it's because of that they go to the penthouse, right?
Oh yeah, because
not
all of them go. It's just the 3 of them.
Because the father died.
Yes, so because they need a new dad. Okay, yeah. Now I remember. Okay.
So I'm thinking it's the end of 3 Doom Patrol or end of 4 Doom Patrol.
It's one of them.
Anyway, whenever that is, that was real. That was
a great scene.
That was very tense.
Yes.
Great suspense.
Oh,
I love the aesthetic and I guess you'd say that, the aesthetic of the dialogue.
Yes,
it's
creepy.
very like how would you describe it? It's very like it's proper.
Yes.
It's very proper and weird and it's yeah, and I really like that because it was very tense, and I love when, because he's of course at the beginning the main guy's planning on killing the family.
Yes, and then you can still see him change and be like,
Yeah.
maybe you're not worth killing yet.
And then at the end he's like, okay kids, you don't eat the candies or whatever, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Like, that's that was really good, and really truly any part with the family I really enjoyed.
Yeah. All those sections are really good.
Yeah.
Got Jason Todd coming in, swooping, saving the day.
That was
That's a great intro.
Oh right, because at the end of Together,
he goes to see the old guy.
And Dick would have got completely just destroyed if it wasn't for Todd.
Yes, Jason Todd swoops in, saves him from a bunch of guards, and that's pretty much. The one thing I like about, I'm so glad they brought Todd in, Jason Todd, is because I really love his raw emotion. Yes.
And is kind of just beat the shit out of everyone.
Yes,
and
he obliterates everyone. Viciously.
Yeah, he does. He
doesn't care.
He acts first. He doesn't think first. He acts first. And
you see that in the the episode with the title of his name.
Right, because he beats
up a bunch of cops.
Right. That was actually one of the best action sequences of the show of the first season, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah. That whole sequence is really cool.
There's there's 10 of them or something.
Yeah, and he just chows all of them.
And Dick's like, dude, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Do that.
So yeah, that was good. And then the whole Jason Todd episode was good too, because that was also the where he goes to the bar and finds his the guy that he originally wanted to stay with when his parents died.
Yes.
Who was the bouncer.
Yeah.
And that's
a good little sequence.
Yeah, I like that sequence. Because They had that great shot where it's Grayson's. What was he? What was he originally? The bouncer.
He was. They worked at the circus together.
That's right.
But they were like good friends.
That's right. I really loved the shot where it was bouncer going out of the shot and then Grayson going, to help the people when the car blew up, because you immediately knew, you're like, oh god, he's gonna get taken. Like, you knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
And I love shots like that, because anytime I get some like I get any odd feelings or like uneasiness from shows or television, it's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And that was really good. And that phone call he gets.
Oh yeah.
About meeting up and stuff like that was really good. But yeah, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like that episode. It was pretty good. The enemy, like the overall enemy, I thought he was okay.
Yeah, he was okay. Yeah,
I felt like he was kind of like his whole backstory stuff was kind of tacked on at the end, but other than that, I think it was pretty good. Like the whole all the action was pretty cool. Jason Todd's pretty cool.
Yeah. Jason Todd really, not only did, like I mentioned before, did he bring the kind of just raw, just emotion and stuff like that, but he also brought a lot more action, which was nice.
Mm-hmm. And then we get the Asylum episode.
Yeah, that one was interesting.
It was different.
It was different. That's right.
That.
Right.
Some parts were a little bizarre.
Right.
It still was pretty good though.
Yeah, I liked the dream sequence for Dick Grayson.
Okay.
All right, we got cut off there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Dick Grayson's dream. That whole dream sequence when he was drugged or whatever it was really cool.
Yes.
And then when Corey frickin' gets like cut into and stuff, that was kind of nasty.
That was something.
Yeah.
But then we learned about Rachel's real mom.
That's right.
Yes.
Because because the reason they go to the asylum is to get her mom.
Yes.
And I can't remember, how does she know that she's in the asylum, her mom?
I think the one guy that
that's right. They kidnap Grayson and Jason Todd kidnap him.
Yes.
And he tells them about
the asylum.
And I think the dude ends up killing himself, right?
He kills himself, and then Rachel heals him, and then
he does again, right?
Yes, because he says something something happens, and then Rachel essentially pulls the Uno reverse card and reopens the wound.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sequence was pretty good.
Yeah, that was. And then that's the episode
where the suit.
Yeah, that was
that's a cool scene.
That was a cool scene. Great. Yeah. Yep. Kind of moving on.
Yes.
So yeah. Yeah, and then later on in season 2, when the suit maker's like just ticked off with Grayson, he's like, dude, why'd you burn the suit, man?
Oh my god, that part's so good.
But yeah.
Now we see Donna Troy.
I like her character.
I like Donna.
Yeah. She's one of the more logical characters in the show.
Yes, she's not an idiot sometimes.
Yeah.
She still can be, but she's less of one.
She's like, yo, Dick, actually, like, try and have a life and try and think.
Yeah, don't revolve around being a superhero.
Yeah.
Get a social life. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that episode was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like the part where he goes to the art gallery. He just doesn't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
Are so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think there was much crazy stuff in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was mostly just it was a big introduction to Donna, who was a key player later.
Yeah.
And other than that, I think Corey and all them don't do much.
Right. And just to finish out the season 1, we have the Hank and Dawn origin,
which is a great one.
TJ really loves that one. I'm not on the fence about it. I don't rate it as highly as you, but I still.
Yeah, it's probably one. Out of the Origins, it's not my favorite.
Okay. Well, okay. So why do you like it? What is it?
Well, I don't know. I think that like.
I'm just asking.
I think they do have some of the most interesting origins.
Okay.
Like, I think that the idea of them like getting to know themselves through like the trauma and stuff. I thought that was kind of like interesting. I think that like a lot of characters don't have that.
Okay.
And I think that whole section was like written really well. Like the episode itself is fine. Like it still falls sort of like prey to some of those like crappy writing moments. But like it does characterize them in like interesting ways. Like I did think of them like differently after the episode, because like I felt like they were actually like more like characters, where before they were just like, hey, we're here, but they disappeared for half a season. And yeah, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite episode, but
yeah,
I still like it.
Yeah, I don't know, the I had an issue with when Hank's brother died and Dawn's mother died. I felt like that was too quick. Like it felt like it just happened.
I think that's supposed to be the point of it, though.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a sudden like nobody knows kind of moment, and then like, I think it's supposed to just like get past it.
Okay.
Like so it can like really bring them together. I don't think that it's supposed to be like kind of like that one scene in The Departed, where like in the elevator, where shit just happens and you're like, oh, things.
I'm not. I don't. But I'm not talking about more like that. I'm just saying it for me.
They don't marinate in it.
Well, yeah. No, well, not necessarily that. It just felt like. It felt like, for me at least, it was so quick that I didn't really have time for an emotional response.
Oh, yeah.
It was just one of those things where it was like, boom, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's what I was.
I had that problem too at first.
Where I was like if you, it was one of those. I mean, it was so quick that if you literally looked away for like a second, it was done pretty much.
Yeah.
Because they were talking, and then what wasn't it, the truck or whatever that swung or something like that. Like it, in a second, it was gone, and I was like, and okay. I rewatched it. Like I went like a minute back or whatever, and I'm like,
yeah, it's a little iffy.
I don't know, but I had an issue with that, and I had an issue with something else. What was it? Oh, that's later in season 2. Never mind. I gotta remember to say that.
And then we get
the start of the finale.
Yes.
The finale arc.
Yeah, the last 3 episodes, I'd say. Even though the last episode is technically in season 2, but we don't count that. It's technically the ending of season 1.
Yeah, that I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess they did it for the purpose of a cliffhanger, but I'm like,
it doesn't work like that.
No, you should have just resolved it in season 1.
I think
no one. I mean, logically, neither of us can consider the first episode of season 2 to be in season 2.
Yeah, I think it might have just been one of those things where they're like, oh, sorry, you filmed it, and now, but we're only going to give you 11 slots or something like that. I don't know. Which is weird because it's a streaming service, and who cares?
Then again, it's DC and Warner Bros. So who knows?
It's a constant battle.
Yeah.
But the beginning of the final arc.
Right.
Corey goes to her spaceship.
Is that this one?
Yeah.
Is this the one where they're also on the train?
Oh, wait a minute. No, I think that's Donna Troy.
Is that the one on the train?
That's the one on the train. This one is the one where they're at the farmhouse, and then Corey leaves because she almost hurts Rachel.
That's right.
And then she was like, oh, wait, I'm an alien.
Mm-hmm.
And she finds the ship.
That's right.
And Dick and Donna find her.
Yeah, again, as we were talking about earlier, this is a prime example where you have storyline going, and you're like...
Oh, yeah, random backstory episode with no context.
And you have a big, I guess, kind of part of the plot going, and then immediately it gets interrupted by an origin episode.
Yeah, Origin episodes are kind of weird like that.
Yeah.
But that episode's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the part at the end where Gar gets sick, that part was a little rushed.
Oh, right, where he gets sick from being in the house.
Yeah, it's something like
or
that.
Is it because he's sick from? It's either sick. Well, obviously, her mom has this whole thing going on. Like,
yeah.
But I can't remember. Is it because of? It's because of her mom. Her mom's doing something. I think it might be that.
I can't remember exactly what the thing is, but it feels like it's just tacked on in the last 10 minutes, and then you get the reveal that the mom's evil.
Right.
And she's bringing in Trigon.
I did like the reveal of her mom being evil though. Yes. Like I felt like that was very like, oh, like yeah. I didn't see that coming.
Yes, that part was pretty good. I would
yeah.
That.
Right.
And but other than that, the episode it wasn't too crazy. Yeah. I think it was just supposed to set up some finale stuff.
Right.
Then.
Dude, the next episode though.
Dick Grayson.
Where he has because he gets
the dream where he goes to Gotham. That episode was so good.
Oh my gosh. Like
that's one of my favorite episodes in the show.
That is
it's so good.
So good.
It's very Seven-esque. Like it has like the look of color palette of like one of those early David Fincher movies.
It's
it's dark and gritty and
dude, it's
gross.
even darker. It's darker than all the other I'd say
it's like the darkest.
I'd say it's the darkest episode. Batman freaking kills the Joker.
Yeah. Batman just goes on a killing spree and destroys everyone.
Which was oh my, it was set up so well.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, oh gosh,
it
just makes me feel good. That's all it is. It just makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Dick and Dawn are together and they have a son.
Yeah, it's like this weird dream
and Jason
world.
Todd freaking shows up in a wheelchair and is like, "Yo, dude, you have to stop Batman, dude. He's gonna kill the Joker." I think he says that, right? Jason Todd. Yes. He's like, he's gonna kill the Joker.
Well, yeah, that's the main reason he comes, and then
right.
He does, and then Dick is like, "Wait a second, this is bigger than I thought," because I kind of thought I could talk him out of it. Then he kills him. No, he throws him off the building, but he's still alive. And then he goes to the hospital and kills him.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And then he kills everyone in the asylum. And then they raid the house.
Oh my god.
That whole sequence is cool.
The house sequence is cool. And what did they show at the asylum? Did they show anything in the asylum?
They show after Dick walks in and he's talking to FBI Corey.
Right.
And he's like, and she's like, yeah, Batman just came in here and started massacring people, and that was pretty much it,
dude.
But you could see all these dead bodies.
Yeah.
And stuff, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
It was
honestly, in a sense, this kind of got me hyped for Matt Reeves' Batman.
Yes.
Because it's like we're getting a dark.
Yeah, it has that same gritty look to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a connection I never drew, but yeah.
It gets you hyped for it because you're like, a dark Batman. We're gonna get a whole movie of a dark Batman.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for that movie.
But I actually really, really like that they didn't really show Batman in this episode.
They don't.
He's only in the end, right? When
and it's a silhouette. They don't even really show him.
Right, because it's when Grayson kills him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And actually, I think that aided the episode.
It does.
Because it adds to it.
It makes him like a shadow figure.
Yeah, it's like a mystique. It was kind of like a. Yeah.
That part's really cool. I like that.
I'm glad we both really like that episode.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's so consistent.
It's all coming back to me now. Just how good that episode is.
Oh, I love it.
And the whole dream thing starts because he gets infected with or he gets
the Trigon eyes.
Right. Yeah. Gosh, that was so good.
Speaking of Trigon, the finale.
Slash opener of season 2.
This episode's okay.
Yeah.
I think that the dream sequences for everyone is kind of cool.
Right.
That whole thing's kind of cool, but the whole killing Trigon part is so stupid. Because
we talked about it earlier too.
They make him so wimpy. Because Rachel just dispatches him really easily. It's just what was the problem with this?
Right.
Why didn't you just kill him earlier?
Right.
It's only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed We're trying to figure out so that
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
shut off.
Podcast listeners, if you're wondering why TJ and I sometimes are whispering to each other, or
looking at our phone,
looking at our
my
phone, it's because we have a timer. Because as I mentioned in episode prior,
the camera likes to turn off every 30 minutes.
which and the only way you can get around it is adding a software, which I don't want to go through.
Yeah. So that's why we keep checking.
Yeah.
It's not because we're checking for text or anything.
No,
we're checking a timer.
No. But anyway, Trigon, and IMDb has it as 7, and I think that's that might be the lowest.
I don't.
Let's see. But I think it is.
I think for season 1 it might be.
No, flat out the lowest rated episode of the entire show.
Oh really?
It's at a 7. And then I think the other lowest is a 7.4.
Really?
Really? Oh, never mind. What, dude? The finale has a 5.6 of season 2. I hardcore disagree with that, but
there are parts of it where I kind of agree with it.
okay, parts of it, but like really a 5.6. Dude,
that's a little harsh.
Nightwing's when Nightwing shows up, that part so good.
Yes.
Like
I think like that part is really cool and like parts of the fight with Connor, but also like that part's a little dumb. like I think
the part. Okay, we'll get into it when we get there.
Yeah.
But and I have a big gripe with. I will say I do have a big gripe with the finale. But I don't want to say it now. We'll wait till we finish it up. But
okay.
But yeah,
season 2.
Season 2 definitely better than season 1.
I don't know. I still
In my
don't know
opinion,
how I feel. I'd say that I want to say they're kind of equal in my mind, but I don't
Interesting.
actually know.
I just think the reason I put 2 above 1 is like the actual main villain is a hell of a lot better.
He is.
For starters, and I'm also a softie for action, and there's more action in this one.
There is.
And you have better origin episodes in this one, in my opinion, as well.
Yes.
So I think when you combine that, it also has my favorite episode, the Bruce Wayne, or is it Bruce Wayne?
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, the Bruce Wayne episode where Dick imagines Bruce Wayne commenting all this stuff. That is probably my favorite episode of the entire show so far.
Oh, that's same here. Top 3.
Yeah.
I'd say my top 3 are like I want to say Connor, Bruce Wayne, and Dick Grayson.
Almost the same for me. Oh wait, sorry. What was your 3?
Connor, Bruce Wayne, and Dick Grayson, and then like Aqualad and a few of those are like.
Right, Dick Grayson's was the
season 1 finale.
Right. Okay, so for me it would be the same, except instead of Connor, I would put Aqualad.
Yes, that one's like a solid 4 for me.
Yeah. Okay, we were gonna say that for the end, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
you got it early.
You got our sweet ranking.
Yeah. But going back to the beginning of
season 2.
Well, sort of the beginning.
Yes.
Just pretend like the Trigon episode is in season 1, which it
should be.
I think literally. I mean, obviously, I can't say for everyone, but I feel like most people that watch this show immediately just think, "Oh yeah, like it's season 1." That's season 1.
It really is.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on Rose?
As a character or the episode?
Both.
I honestly don't remember much about the episode overall. I thought Rose was okay. I think she kind of did the same thing with Hank in my mind, where she like just kept running around at times, and I was like, okay, chill, honey.
Once you get we missed that. That's a big that's actually an origin episode. Basically, is the Rose one, right? Isn't that basically an origin episode?
It takes up like half of an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like towards the end.
Right.
Yeah. That's a solid backstory episode.
From what I remember from Rose, I mean, it was kind of like, it was basically just the episode was like, people were like, the whole rest of the Titans were like shrugging because they're like, are you serious, Dick? You're bringing in another Stray or whatever.
Yeah, I think everyone else is doing stuff and then Dick brings her in, and I think that's most of the episode.
Right.
I think 3 is where everyone comes together because the one guy comes back, Dr. Light.
Oh,
and
right.
And then they find out and they're like, you idiot.
Yeah, that's right. And then it's kind of established by then, like, you know, Donna and stuff points out there, like, I think it's Donna or someone,
Dawn.
multiple of them point out that like that's his thing. He like brings in
yes
and stray people that need help or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the episode's fine. I think it's a solid premiere episode. It's not amazing.
Right.
I wasn't singing it praises, but I mean, it was passable.
The way it sets up things though is nice because he rescues her because of her fight with
the police.
Right,
She's running for
but
the police.
but I'm saying also like even before that the whole Deathstroke thing, Deathstroke injuring her, like where we learn later.
Yes.
That they were like in Rose's half origin episode.
Yeah.
That they did that. He cut her eye on
did that
on purpose.
Well,
so
they learned that I think in episode 2/3.
They do.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the one they find out this Deathstroke's daughter, and then they figure out that he's hunting her, and it was kind of an idiot move to bring her into the tower.
Oh.
And and then they see the video of the eye thing, or him attacking her.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Light was, I mean, as a character and a villain, he was okay.
Cast.
But as a chess piece, he was awesome.
Oh, he was fine. I didn't love him.
I love when shows do big reveals, and that was a great reveal when
he's domed.
Gets freaking Jason Todd goes up to him, right? Or who's the one? Because someone is standing in front of Dr. Light when he's I think chained or no. Do we see Dr. Light get killed? Yeah,
Deathstroke domes him in the head with a handgun.
Right, but wasn't there someone in front of him when that happens?
No, it's in I think it's in the episode called Deathstroke, but it's where Dr. Light's alright, like, you're not gonna go fight the Titans, I will. So he runs out to this truck and he's starting.
Oh, that's right.
And then Deathstroke like just shoots him in the head, and you're like,
yeah,
oh, bro.
Yeah, that was a good bro moment.
I love that.
Yeah, that was really good. And you were like,
yeah, that is Deathstroke.
And that's nice because early on you realize, yeah, he's not playing.
Yeah, he's coming to kill them.
Yeah. Yep. And then, let's see what's next.
Technically, Aqualad is next.
Aqualad, we can talk about that one. That's my favorite origin episode.
Yeah, I love that one too.
That one was really good.
Yes.
You get more insight into the OG Titans, like how they were.
A look into the
when they first joined together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like that one. I felt like the chemistry was really was really good in that.
Yes, it had a different energy to it.
The fight with dude when Deathstroke just annihilates
yes Donna. That part is awesome.
Just
that part is so good.
Yeah, that was really good. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I really liked it. And Aqualad's costume is cool.
Yes.
Then
we get the episode of Deathstroke where Dick fights Deathstroke in the tower. That part's awesome.
Yeah.
That's another one of my favorite fights in the show.
Apparently, the bulletproof vest thing was very interesting.
That part is really dumb.
So basically, there's like, Dick just holds up
a Kevlar vest.
A Kevlar vest with nothing behind it, so there's no, stopping force, and it stops it. So that's new.
It's dumb, but it's still kind of
it's
fun.
Okay, but yes, it is dumb, but it kind of added to the action in a cool way.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Yeah,
I watched it and I was like, this is dumb, but I like it.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah. That was really cool, and again, you got another example of friggin' Jason Todd being not thinking first and actually instead of acting, because the whole setup was him and Gar found because that was. No, that's before the that's before this episode. It's a couple episodes ago, right? Where Gar and Jason Todd find the energy source or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they and then they go to look into it for themselves.
That speaking of which, that was really cool part where like
Okay, okay.
what is so Jason Todd is fighting Dr. Light and Dr. Light's kicking his ass for a little, and then
they remember his training, or he remembers his training from Dick, and then kind of whoops Dr. Light's ass.
That was.
And then Deathstroke comes in.
And then Deathstroke comes in and is like and does what Deathstroke does.
Yeah, he does his thing.
But that light dude, that was so great when
satisfying.
Yeah, it was very satisfying. Where he just like where Jason Todd's like, all right, enough of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, it's a little side thing there. Jericho's not in Deathstroke, right? No, he's not. Is he?
No.
No, he's not. Cause, right, he's not.
The Deathstroke backstory episode and the whole Jericho arc is Jericho. That's the episode.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say the smoothest. I would say the smoothest, most neatly fit origin episode is Connor, because it ends up coming back to the end of the episode before Connor.
Yes.
With him saving.
I'd say that one in Jericho, because the whole episode of the ending of Bruce Wayne is him talking with, or Dick talking to Jason about how they screwed up in the past, and it's all good too. And he says that the whole Jericho thing is technically on him, and so that leads into it.
For me, it was that scene where I'm like, okay, this character specifically from this show with this actor is one of my favorite superhero characters. Period. Mm-hmm. Including MCU characters and DC characters, DCU characters, whatever. He is one of my favorites, and it was that moment where he's up there on the roof.
That works so good.
Yeah, with Jason Todd. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. TJ, this is your favorite origin episode, so
yes.
You want to talk about Connor?
Sure.
Start us off.
Yeah, it's the background of Superboy / Project 13, I think is which one it is. It's him and Crypto from the Amazing Superman dog, and it's about them like escaping from their lab and like going out into the real world for the first time. And then like they figure out what they actually are and stuff. It has a different feel. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It's definitely different.
And IMDb lists this as the best episode, and that's deservedly so.
Yeah.
Because
people rate it really highly.
Right. Because of the fact that it is, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast, the actor that plays is his name Superboy? Is that what it's supposed to be?
In the comics.
In the comics.
But they just call him Connor.
Right.
So far.
The actor who plays Connor does exactly what he needs to do.
He's great.
And he does it really well. And I love all the revelations that slowly show up throughout
his thing.
Right. And when he's told that he is a byproduct of Lex Luthor and Superman, he's like, and there's great action as well, dude. When the whole team raids the house,
that part's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's great tension too, because there's that part where Connor almost kills
the old man.
Yeah.
The blind old man.
Right.
That's like that whole like 10 minutes is so good.
Right.
And then that action seems really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he does a great job, the actor, at just being innocent.
Yes, in those first like few minutes.
Yeah, I love when he wants to buy the shirt.
Yeah,
he wants to buy the shirt, but he doesn't have any money, and then he goes to save the woman, and then like he's like, "Do you have any money?"
That part is so funny.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But then we get followed by your favorite episode, Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
I love this episode too.
Dude, this episode's so good because just the whole idea with Bruce Wayne just like not actually being there, and just annoying the hell out of Grayson, and like
all the Batman references are fun too.
Batman references, and like not just annoying the hell of him, but also kind of, but not annoying, but also helping him realize.
Yes, helping figuring things out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That was great. And then there were several points, I can't remember them specifically, where like people would look at like
yeah, look at Dick and he's
because
like,
Dick's
I'm
talking.
fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. That part, that was one of my favorite parts. Is when he's in the donut shop.
Yes,
Talking
that's
to the
right.
one guy.
That's
Yeah,
right.
He
And he gives
it.
him his gun or whatever, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole sequence is good.
And that the climax, the ending of that episode is when
He goes to the
Jericho.
church.
Is that when Jericho gets
No,
killed?
it's
Or no?
That's the next episode. The whole thing is.
Oh, because Jericho shows up at the church later. In
yes.
the episode, right?
Okay, so the end of Bruce Wayne is they go to the church where Jericho dies.
Oh, that's right.
And it says, "This looks familiar to you," and there's a bunch of photos of everyone in Titan's Tower.
That's right.
And Dick's like,
oh, he realizes that, right.
Someone's on the inside.
Yep.
And then he returns, and then Jason tries to die. And then we lead into the Jericho episode where we get the backstory on Deathstroke and his son and how it all ties into the Titans stuff.
Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Hopefully with the last segment.
Last segment, hopefully.
Jericho.
So Jericho, yeah.
It's a good episode.
That is a good episode.
That's
Yeah, that episode I like because the one thing I really liked about that episode was the idea of Dick using Jericho as like a pawn.
Yeah, that part was good. I like that one.
Right, because obviously before you never thought of Dick in that way. Like, you never would have thought he would have done something like that.
Yeah, so manipulative and all that.
Right, but he does, and that kind of catches you off, not necessarily off guard, but it surprises you a little. And you're like, oh, he's not maybe like nearly this. And again, he's not pure, but
he's not as. Yeah, I get where you're going.
Yeah, and so I like that. But and I can't remember if it's is it the Jericho episode or no? It's maybe it is. Some of these I'm confusing. Remember when they're in the record shop and Dick has that and Jericho goes off the shot, and then Dick has that kind of sinister, like kind of like.
Oh, that's the end of Aqualad.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, because that's that. Those two back to back are like the Jericho Deathstroke backstory stuff.
And I actually thought he straight up killed him. Because of that, but I was like,
wait a minute.
Yeah, there's no way. But
yeah.
I kind of got that vibe, like that's what he was going for.
Yeah, originally that was like the look, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
things are happening.
Right. But yeah. And the end of Jericho, which we find out obviously is when Jericho saves Dick, right?
Dick, and that well, we don't learn that until later.
Oh wait, what?
I was gonna say the thing about Jericho being in Deathstroke.
Oh right.
His soul. You don't learn that until a later episode.
And that starts my favorite arc of the show, which is I would say it's my favorite arc of the show, which is Dick Grayson turning into Nightwing.
Yes, this is where it really starts.
Yes, that is my favorite arc of the show. One of my favorite superhero arcs in general. Especially the end where him and Bruce Wayne are fighting in the dream thing or whatever. Like that was really cool.
That part's really cool.
And then the hawk, or it's like the bird, the hawk or whatever is drawn out.
Yes.
In the cell.
Yes, that's in Fallen.
Right.
That's I think because Toman is the one where they all go their separate ways, and
I loved the whole like Dick just not giving anything and just like totally just beating up everyone because the whole idea is he wants to redeem himself for killing Jericho.
Yes, for putting blame on that.
Right, because he goes to Jericho's mother's house, and she's like, you, whatever. Yeah. It's like you don't
have anything to give me.
Right, and you don't you're not. I guess there's a better word for this, but like dismissed from.
Yeah, my wrath.
Right, something like that. Or she's like, I don't forgive you because you haven't done anything to.
We get paid for your crime.
Right. There we go. And I like that whole thing where Dick is just like, you know what, I honestly don't care at this point. This is how I'm gonna
do it.
This is how I'm gonna pay my time or whatever, pay my dues.
Yes.
And honestly, the prison stuff was more interesting than I thought it would be.
Yes.
Which I liked, of course.
Yeah.
And I think the dude who realizes he's an FBI agent, it's like, yo, dude, you got this really nice cell or whatever away from everyone. He's like, nah, put me in with the bad dudes.
Yeah.
And he's like, the dude's like, you moron.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole prison arc, it's nice.
Yeah.
I'd say it's definitely the best of the what everyone goes their separate ways and does stuff.
Yeah.
Some of them are kind of bad.
Yeah.
Other good one.
Rachel one was not that good.
It doesn't go anywhere.
No.
Even
before that, I wasn't a fan of it because I'm like, oh god. Okay.
It seems like it's going somewhere. Like the way they set it up is like it's more people with superpowers, and like that she's gonna teach them how to kind of control them and not be as scared of it. And then she just kind of sits there and she's like, oh wait, things are happening, and then it just ends and she's back at Titan's Tower like an episode later, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
What was the point of this?
Right. One thing I will say about that arc, that section, and the Garth and Connor section is, in the Garth and Connor section, there's the really good part where the cops are arresting that one dude.
Yes.
And
I was gonna say that was one of the better arcs. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And Connor doesn't know any better.
Yeah, he's just
because he's supposed to. Because the whole thing Garth was telling him was like, you gotta save people who need it. And you're like, oh.
Yeah,
no.
you have that sudden realization of, oh god.
Yeah.
He's gonna attack the cops.
Yeah,
and he does.
And when Garth, I felt really sad when Garth ran away.
Yes.
From that whole thing, I'm not saying he could have done anything, but like it just kind of made me sad that he kind of just left Connor there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then on that same note with that arc, you have when the whole what's the name of the lab?
Oh, Katniss.
When they break into Titan's Tower.
Yes.
Because that's after that, isn't it? Because Connor.
He returns, and Gar's like, yeah, you kind of screwed up, but here's what I'll teach you how to fix it.
Yeah.
Like how to kind of go about this, and then Katniss shows up, and they're like, ah ha ha, you're coming with us, boy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That part was good.
That was that caught me off guard for sure.
Yes.
I really like that. What'd you think of the head Cadmus lady?
She was an asshole.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, but I'm saying, like, did you like her as a character?
Yeah, she was okay. I thought there were parts where they tried to like humanize her a little more. Like I think it was the episode of, I don't remember. It was at the beginning of one of them where she was in the car with like her kids, but it didn't click with me. I don't know. That was just me. Yeah. I was just like, it didn't feel as interesting.
Yes, I somewhat agree. The reason I found it to be interesting though is kind of what you were talking about earlier. Is she was just a terrible person and you hated her.
Oh yeah, she's super annoying.
I love characters like that where you hate them and because of what they're doing, not because they did a bad job acting or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like that, because I genuinely hated her because she was so annoying.
Oh yeah, that's one thing Game of Thrones does really well, and. Yeah, I think that like shows like that have like shows like Titans have like picked that up. That like you can make a good character, like based on hate, not because they're stupid, because they're actually good.
Yeah. Yeah, I hated her, and that made her, I guess, good in my opinion.
Yeah.
For the role that she was meant to play.
Yes. Other side stories, real quick.
So
Corey.
For Corey, I want to go back to the Rachel one because we were kind of talking about
yes.
that. I did like Rachel. The whole idea is like we need to save Dick thing.
Yes.
And she bringing all the girls together.
Yes.
That was really good.
The whole Elko episode. That section of Elko was pretty good.
So and I guess we find out at the end that she
She did it herself.
Right. She was the one that summoned the fake Bruce.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But from my understanding, from what I remembered...
She doesn't know.
Oh, she doesn't know that either, does she?
No. Because, the whole thing is that, she, gets the message somehow.
In a dream, I thought, right?
Yeah, she gets...
Yeah, it was a dream.
Yeah, she gets the thing in a dream, and then she's like, I need to go to Elko.
That's right.
And then she goes to the bus stop and goes there. And then, but it seems like she doesn't know what's happening.
Right.
But, yeah, then everyone else comes in.
Honestly, I would have liked it... I would have liked it more if it was actually Bruce Wayne.
That would be...
Because it would have added to, like, the whole, like, just... It's Bruce Wayne, like, he's cool.
Yeah,
and, like, he does these things.
He is Bruce Wayne.
I felt like, in my opinion, the scene where they're all at the diner and Bruce Wayne's in the whole white suit, or what? He was in white, wasn't he?
I think.
He was in a white suit. I felt like that, in my opinion, that scene was degraded. It was, in my opinion, if I was rating it, I would have rated it a little bit less because of what I found out later. Yes. With Rachel being the one
that did it.
Not known to her, in the white,
White suit.
That I lower it because it ends up being Rachel pretty much, the one that
does it and it takes away from like the cool factor of it.
In my opinion, and it takes away from the conversation as well.
That too.
And the impact of it. Mm-hmm. Like I guess it's cool that she did it, but like to me it downgrades the episode.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, the moment itself is pretty cool. Like I like the Bruce Wayne nonchalantly walking in and
right.
Be like, here's what's happening, kids. But like, yeah, when you find out later in the finale that it was just Rachel who did it, it almost downgrades it.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes it kind of dumb.
Right.
But
it's not. It doesn't have the same power.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, other than that, I'd say the other side stories, like, real quick before
go ahead.
The Corey one's okay, where she's with the one guy from her planet.
I didn't like that one.
It was okay. Like, I think it. I just remember the effect on Blackfire at the end is really bad.
Yeah, that is really bad.
That effect was awful, and I was laughing so hard at it.
Yeah, that was really bad.
But I did think like the idea of the one guy trying to conform to Earth stuff. I thought that part was like kind of.
That was kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, that part was charming. Dawn didn't do much other than she fought with Hank, and she was like, and then other than that, she just kind of appears in Elko, and you're done with her. And so same with Donna. Donna doesn't do anything either.
Mm-mm. Except, well, actually, most of her arc is actually she is basically just her trying to find people. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all her section is. And then, but for Hank, his back area, it's a little rushed in my opinion.
And I didn't really care, and I got no emotion from it.
Yeah,
I didn't really care.
He was. Yeah, the whole thing is he's cage fighting, and it's just like okay.
Right, because he's trying to get over. I guess because he's getting over Dawn.
Yeah, I did like the ending scene where he was talking to the one kid, who he sells the suit to, but he doesn't know he sells it to.
Oh yeah.
Also, he's in Fear Street, and I watched those two back to back.
Oh yeah.
Like I watched the finale episodes of this and Fear Street Part 2, and I was like, wait a damn minute, it's that kid.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I liked that whole part. It was definitely the best part of that episode. Other than that, I think. Well, and then there was a part where Dick gets his new suit. That part was pretty good. Yes.
Yes.
But like those two scenes make the episode.
The aesthetic of that episode was so sick. With like, what was it, like a shoot where he made cake, or was he made cakes, or right?
Well, no, he's a shoe cobbler.
That's right. And then he has that the metaphor or whatever of like, would you like some or the metaphor with the suit and the cake.
Yes. Where he starts burning the cake.
Yeah.
And then that leads us into the finale with.
But hold on. I love that whole suit thing.
Oh, the whole suit. It has that Marvel early Marvel show energy.
Oh, it does.
Like the first two where like it teases the suit in the episode before the finale, then it shows it. It feels so gratifying.
Right, and Grayson's like, Grayson tells the guys like, "You outdid yourself."
Yeah, you did it right.
Yeah, and oh boy, did he!
Oh yeah, that whole sequence where he comes in is so good.
Oh my freaking god!
The fight with Deathstroke.
I was
so
literally
good.
like having a heart attack when I was watching that. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, that's the one good, like consistently good part of that episode.
Oh my god! Like you hear just a thud on the roof, and you're like,
yes,
because the girls are like Rachel, Dawn. All four of them are like in trouble because Deathstroke shows up, and then Corey gets shot.
Yeah.
And then you just hear a thud, and you see, and then freaking, oh my gosh, Nightwing just kicking ass.
Oh that whole like fight is so good.
Yeah.
Oh
I love his kind of like taser electric.
Yeah.
Stat or I don't know
stick,
what you call them, stick things.
Yeah. They're very daredevil-y.
Oh yeah, and like I love how he swings them behind his back like this.
Yes.
Dude, that was so sick.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Yes.
And that's part of the reason why he's one of my favorite superhero characters.
Yes. But other than that.
And then the one gripe. Okay, I have two gripes with this with the finale. This is my first one. He had the fight with Deathstroke was great.
Yes.
But then for me it wasn't as gratifying as it should be because then he kind of his ass gets kicked again by Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea is they needed that to happen so Rose could show up and then help.
Yeah, and then
it would have been, in my opinion, it was still satisfying, but it would have been even more satisfying if he actually was able to
beat him
because that's what I wanted.
Cooler.
Because like the whole idea was
that it felt like it's leading to that.
Right.
Yeah.
And previously, basically every single time before Deathstroke kicked his ass.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, this is it. Nightwing, ultimate badass. He's gonna beat Deathstroke. And I would have been if they wanted to include Rose, I would have liked something like Deathstroke. Nightwing fully beats him down and he's on his last legs, and then Rose comes in and like runs past Nightwing and then stabs him.
Yes.
Like that, I would have liked more. But I somewhat understand why they had to include the whole Rose thing because she had to have a ending to her character.
Yeah, she needs an ending arc.
I don't know what you thought about that whole thing about.
I kind of had the same opinion.
Okay.
It was like he kind of needed to beat him because that kind of like showed the end of the arc. Because you already said that, so I don't know.
Right. And then my second gripe is not till toward the end. You, TJ, wanted to point out a couple things about.
Oh, the Connor thing's a little dumb. I do think that like the whole weaponizing thing, not that bad. I didn't hate it. It's not a bad idea, but I don't know. Like, there's something about it that I just didn't love.
Okay.
I felt kind of boring.
That I can agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the way they take him down, and then like, it feels like it's going through the motions at points, because it's just like the bad guy gets what her due. Everyone is saved. But also, I feel like they sacrificed the wrong person.
Oh, I know. That's my second gripe. That's my second gripe. Because the reason that's my second gripe is because it was so random. Like the fight was already over, and then randomly that big electric pole thing starts to drop, and like
why Wonder Girl? Superman or Superboy's right there. Like, someone who could have taken it is right there.
It was so off-putting and random that I was like...
It was dumb.
What? And then, like... Yeah, I did not like that at all.
Yeah, not my favorite.
We already know she's coming back, though.
Yeah.
And it's teased and... See, that's what makes it even more... Well, I mean, I'm glad she's coming back because she is one of my favorite characters, but, like, she's... And just bottom line is she is one of the best characters in the show.
Yeah.
But, like...
There's no suspense in it. Because,
there's no suspense in it.
You already teased that she's coming back, so it's just like there's no like big thing at the end of episode 1 where it's like she wakes up or something. It's just we already know that she does. I don't know. It's dumb.
I don't know what the writers were thinking there, but anyway.
Something.
And then it kind of ends with them, going back to their usual self.
Yeah. The only big really teaser is Blackfire shows up.
Blackfire shows up. Before we move on, I did like Rachel connecting with Garth. I thought that was appropriate.
Yes.
And bringing Connor out of the dark I did like that, actually.
Yeah,
I did like that part.
Was like, the scene itself was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
The whole brain soup surgery thing was... That was a while back before this one, I think, right?
Yeah, yeah. That was, I want to say, like, the Elko episode.
Yeah.
It was one of them.
Right. That's kind of random, but I actually did like that.
Yeah, that whole sequence was pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think everyone goes back to their ways. Blackfire shows up. So that's the big season 3 thing.
Well, yeah, one of them. And then we learned in the trailer another one. Yeah. The trailer for season 3, which we'll talk about here.
Red Hood showing up. Gonna take over Gotham.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I was gonna say. Oh. Now, after talking about it with you, the finale's called Nightwing, by the way. I kind of actually agree. Yeah, it's not as good as I remember. Yeah. It's mostly because I was so excited by Nightwing that everything else was kind of just like numb to me.
Yes, the parts of the episode are super good, and parts of it are really dumb.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on the scene you're looking at.
If I was hypothetically, if I was rating this on IMDb, it's out of 10 stars. I would give it like.
I'd give it 6.
Yeah, I'd give it a 6 or 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Season 3. We got 8 minutes.
Okay, we have like 8 minutes to talk about season 3. I don't think it'll take that long.
It won't.
So trailer came out for season 3
a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Dude, there's a lot of action. A lot of action.
Yeah. We get Red Hood.
Oh my
gosh. That looks like it's gonna be the big arc.
And they set it up so well in this last season, because you see Jason Todd's like, oh, I don't want to be with these people anymore. These people are just
fed up.
He's so fed up.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, Jason Todd is
with the Red Hood.
Red Hood.
Yes. So yeah, he's coming in. We got a bunch of action lined up.
I think you mentioned this earlier, TJ, and when we were talking about this, but I want redemption for Corey. Like, actually having a solid arc.
Which I think she might, because by the looks of it, she looks like she's going to go against Blackfire, which is her sister. Oh,
that was the end credit scene for...
Yeah, that was the last scene of the season.
That was good. That was a nice one.
And then it looks like there's gonna be some other thing with her. It looks like through one of the teasers I saw the other day.
Yeah,
where it has something to do with her mind.
Yeah.
And another action thing, they're adding in Tim Drake.
That's right. Isn't he supposed to be Rob?
Another Robin.
Another Robin.
Yeah. So,
3 Robins.
The third one. But yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with him.
I like the idea of going back to Gotham too.
Yes, and I think the show needed to do that. At one point, it needs to have like an episode or two like truly in Gotham.
Yeah.
And now there's a full season. I like that.
Heck, dude, one of the best episodes takes place in Gotham.
Yeah, the whole dream sequence is so cool.
We better not get into that because we could talk about it for a lot longer. Because it's amazing.
It is. It's beautiful.
It is.
Other than that.
Yeah, the trailer was.
It's pretty well done.
It's well done. We get to see. I'm happy because we get more Nightwing action.
Yes, more Nightwing action. A cool adaptation of A Death in the Family, which is the one where Robin dies.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the original title of it. I don't remember. It's an old comic.
I hope we see. I think we will, but I hope we see like the more transition from Jason Todd to
Red Hood.
Yeah.
I bet we will. I bet it'll be a whole episode thing.
That would be sick.
Yes. I'm interested to see if they bring in any other new characters other than Tim.
Yeah, I don't think they should, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I think we are finally adjusted to all these characters.
Yes, it'd be weird to bring in more.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like, oh man, I just want to live with these characters for a season at least.
Also, I haven't seen what's her name, Rose in any of the promotional stuff.
Yeah, so I looked that up. So she's not going to be in season 3.
Interesting.
Yeah, the actor herself had some issues, I think, to take care of.
Oh.
Which honestly, I'm not that disappointed about, because like she was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do want to see more from her,
okay,
like her character, because I feel like she could be interesting, like group dynamic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she has 2 people in her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Jericho adjusting to like the new people in the group and all that. It'd be interesting. But yeah, if she has other things to do, I mean, she can wait a season. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, with a few days away.
Yeah, a few days away, like 5 or something days away.
Yeah.
We're really excited, if you can't tell.
Yes, very.
We're tired.
Yes,
we've been talking for a while.
Has it almost been 2 hours?
It's been a while.
Videos.
I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss anything. I don't know if I said this before. I did say this before. I mentioned it was my second favorite superhero show. TJ.
Favorite character.
Favorite character.
Nightwing.
Yep. Same.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say him. Top 3 would be him, Gar.
Okay.
And if it's just Titans, I'd probably say.
No, do overall. Overall.
Deathstroke.
Is Deathstroke your third?
Well, yeah, it's not like a true ranking.
Okay, you're just doing general 3.
Yeah, then if I had to do like 2 like other ones, it'd probably be Jason and Donna.
For me, it's Nightwing 1, Deathstroke 2. Actually, I don't want to put them in order. They're just general. Actually, I won't put these 2 in order, but number 1 for me, no doubt, is Nightwing.
Oh, yeah.
And then the 2 and 3, which I don't consider 2 or 3, they're just there, is Donna and Deathstroke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Donna's just... I love Donna because she's so logical. Like, she's one of the most logical characters in the entire show. Like, she's... Like, when she shows up, you're like, guys, she actually is making sense here, like, all of the time.
Yes. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
But
which was nice, because there was some parts where I'm like, oh, you people.
Yeah, everyone's kind of stupid at points.
Yeah, but she isn't.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Thank you for either watching or listening.
If you made it this far.
That maybe one person that's watching this right now, or maybe none.
I feel bad for you having to edit this.
So yeah, you can check us out on Spotify and YouTube, where you can see the visual version.
Yeah.
Again, I think we'll have this up on Apple Podcasts, hopefully, if Apple is not stupid.
Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, thanks for watching. I don't know what the next episode is. So yeah, we're excited for season 3.
Yeah. We'll have something on that. First few episodes, I'd say.
Yeah, we can do that.
Probably halfway like update or something.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Probably in a few weeks, however long that is. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the view or the listen, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Adios.